Okay, let's make sure everything's working. Okay. Hold on. There we are. Hello. Sorry. It says the music is super loud. I learned the funny fact. I learned of this game from a challenge runner I watched. The Backlogged Lemon. He's done 2 videos on this. But yeah, just so you have a TLDR, for people who don't know, when it comes to the Warhammer universe, pretty much all factions are murdering psychopaths. However, considering how things work in the Warhammer universe, I think there's only one OC of mine that I can use for this. Oh right, they're DLCs and I haven't purchased them. Oh well. Yeah, this game is also math heavy. Hope you remember the order of operations. Seriously, I hope you remember the order of operations when it comes to math. Injuries in this creatures resolve. The first attack healed within 3 rounds. Since the Medicaid, it will turn into old injury. Also, if the Medicaid over healing will require an additional Medicaid skill test. Yeah, let's just go with story. Ooh, okay. Huh. Kind of looks like a Diablo design. Oh. Skin tone is fine. Let's see, what hair do we want? I'm honestly kind of digging this look, so that looks ashen gray, I suppose. Okay, I'm getting into facial hairs now, so let's see. Okay, do we want... Okay, scars. Oh, that's actually perfect. See if we can't find something better. I can't quite see it. I can't get any zooms, so... Augmentations. Can't see it.
My tactics are flawed.
Fit for the Fon Phalancius annals.
We have purified the battlefield of the enemy's taint.
Lance batteries, volley!
Ruinous favor prevails.
The destination is known.
Fire at will! Now,
And
your existence is naught but ashes.
I think that will work for me. This is only one, considering the type of universe Warhammer is. There's only one OC I have that fits this. Let's see. Oh, this is an origin. Oh, okay, homeworld. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, homeworld. Okay, on Death Worlds, the planet, space, and sometimes even the environment itself takes aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human. Inimical. Hold on. Gotta get out the dictionary. Let's see, that was... Almost. There's a couple more. Okay, we said that. Okay, so basically what it means is that hostile. Okay, destructive forms inimical to human life. Whilst exceptionally difficult to colonize, many death worlds possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. These harsh environments result in some of the hardiest and most resilient populations in the galaxy. Those tested and found wanton die young. Survival instinct. Once per combat, when the wounds of a Death World character drop below 30%, they gain 20% of the maximum wounds as temporary wounds. Death World characters also gain a 20% bonus to dodge and armor while they have at least one temporary wound from any source. -5 intelligence and balance. Following features are available after Origin advancement. Voidborn. Voidborn are humans birthed in the belly of a void vessel or aboard an ancient orbital satellite. Those who have lived their lives on void ships become inured to some extent due to the reality-altering process of warp travel into living in low or zero-gravity environments. In many cases, their features are drawn and the skin pallid. They may even have minor deformities or a strangeness to their speech, gait, or general appearance that sets them apart from others. A Voidborn character can reroll any failed attack, dodge, parry, characteristic, or skill test with a 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base success chance of the roll. A hive world's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium and are the beating heart of its economy and war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies and vast manufactories, mine valuable minerals, and refine fuel for the Imperial Navy. Innumerable regiments of the Astra Militarum are raised from the massive populations as well. Okay. Forge worlds are the domain of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Entire planets seated in the demands of vast micro-industries. Each is a manufacturing super-complex of unimaginable capacity and power. Over the millennia, different forge worlds have become especially renowned for their philosophies or ways of war. These are often colored by the technologies they specialize in manufacturing. The bulk of a forge world's population is utilized as a labor force, whilst the fortunate few may be inducted into the ranks of the Adeptus Mechanicus itself. Okay. An imperial world is one of a million planets united by the belief in the immortal God Emperor, hailing from hyper-technological societies to grimy feudal populations. The inhabitants of countless worlds are for fealty and devotion to the master of humanity and the imperial creed espoused by his servants. The designation Imperial World encompasses a vast array of wholly dissimilar worlds that are, nevertheless, part of the Imperium. Oh, you know what? Bonuses. Okay. Fortress worlds are planets where the entire populace is immersed in warfare. They constantly train for the day that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium, a charge they solemnly uphold. Fortress worlds are established as bulwarks against the enemy. Every citizen is a soldier trained to fight from the moment they can handle a weapon. Okay. This effect triggers all of the stacks are lost. Okay. We'll go with this. This one seems to fit. Okay, and now for my origin. Like I said, this game is math heavy, just based on what I saw from when Lemon played. So, Astra Militarum Commander. The Astra Militarum, commonly known as the Imperial Guard, is the primary fighting force of the Imperium and the first line of defense from the myriad threats endanger the existence of humanity in the 41st millennium. You have served as one of the commanders of the Astra Militarum Regiment, commanding thousands and winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. Oh, that is that are adjacent to the commander or the allies to the end of the commander's next turn. Oh, the commander's allies also, yeah. Huh. I mean, we will get to actual gameplay eventually, but this is my first time playing, and this game is math heavy, so we have to read through all of this. It's not going to be very... I mean, clearly it's not going to be very... it's not going to be an experience I can get through without reading stuff. Commissar. Commissars of the Officio? That might be Officio. There's a lot of Latin. Officio Prefectus are ruthless officers charged with maintaining the morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of the Astra Militarum Regiment. You used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of Imperium authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awed by their subordinates. What is regiment that? Oh, right. Can only be used once per combat. Okay. Crime Lord. The Imperium survives and prospers in no small part due to the narrowness of its vision, but a rebellious mind and will such as yours could not be so easily constrained. The dark paths of smugglers and renegades that wind beneath the facade of the Imperium's society offer a dangerous refuge for those unwilling to bow to the law. You used to be one of these dangerous yet resourceful individuals. Okay, let's see. Okay. Guess we'll go with this. Distinction Psyker, I know for a fact is a mage. Triumph. The reforms and leadership restored a broken Imperial Guard regiment to its former martial glory. Illustrious glory. Union Guardsmen defended a shrine while defended a high command and received a high command defeat. We'll go with that. Grim Portent. Oh, this is a debuff. Okay, archetypes. I guess some of the archetypes are locked behind the DLCs, which sucks.
Peekaboo. Sorry, got pulled into a project.
Hello. Yeah, we're still in character creation. It's been like a half. It's been like a half. It's been like a half hour, but yeah. It is a Warhammer game, so you know there's a lot of math.
Trust me, I know. I used to watch videos where they play the TTRPG.
Yeah, this is not baby's first RPG. In all honesty, I'm gonna say yeah. There is a. Yeah, you think D? Yeah, you think D&D is math heavy? Welcome to Warhammer. Okay, yeah.
Cheap followers on streamboo.com, remove the space, at Ru87 Ju8U.
Hold on. Okay, how do I get rid of that? How do I get rid of that? Hold on. It's being Okay, how do I delete that? Okay, I don't know how. I hate these bots so much.
Damage roll is around the size of a game of Yahtzee. Reported them BTW.
Thank you. I believe there's more archetypes, but they're locked behind the DLCs, which I did not purchase because this was just the standard edition I got, which is fine. Okay, I got 30 points available. Get that up. Because this will affect my persuasion, coercion, commerce skills, so that's good. That's a good thing to have. Oh, and Leanna, considering how what the universe of Warhammer is, there's only one OC I have that can actually that would actually fit.
If you have chat up on your phone, do /mod and the username and you can mod them. They can remove messages for you.
Oh, does there need to be a space between mod, or do I put the username in fully?
Yeah, space between mod and username.
Okay. Congratulations! You are being recruited. Please do not resist.
There, deleted the bot message lol.
Thank you. I hate the bot messages so much. Okay. This is always okay. These types of things I always have difficulty thinking. What do I want to put points into? By the way, I have a funny story. I was watching some people play Warhammer 40k, like the actual tabletop. I forget exactly what it was, but it was one of those berserker creatures. He ended up making a roll where it ended up attacking his own, not just his own troops, but his partner's troops, freaking out everyone at the table, and then he just screams at the top of his lungs, "Blood for the blood god!" Ooh, okay, okay. Apparently, there are space battles in this game.
The chaos.
I mean, to be fair, the phrase is "blood for the blood god." It doesn't say whose blood it is. Proven thousands of battles, combining decent firepower, high speed, and respectable survivability. Okay, that doesn't. Sinfrigate is a more advanced and modern design that was developed only 5 centuries ago, but has already proven to be as good as veteran. I mean, this one looks like a discounted Plague Doctor mask. But this one looks like a certain part of the human body. Fuck it. Oh, edit the name. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
See, that just makes me want to play Eve again.
Hold on, I got to do a bit of googling for some name translation stuff here. Hold on. Want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Okay. And before you ask, yes, that is my tribal. That is my tribal language. My coercion is going to be at 25, unfortunately. Ignatius. No, there's one character I have. Keep in mind that in my OC, when it comes to my OCs, Ignis and Triage are the same character. Triage is just from a path that Ignis doesn't take. However, considering the kind of idea in my head that I have for a playthrough, I can only do this one. But yeah, the concept of good in this universe, Hugo Girl, yeah, don't expect any of that. Because all factions are murderous psychopaths. Some are less murderous, but are still murderous. Keep that in mind. So any psychopathic choices I make, I'm just immersed in.
Have triage in a shooter.
If I didn't have triage in a shooter. Keep in mind, it's not just a shooter. There's melee involved. But the triage persona would definitely fit within Warhammer. I just realized that said press any button. Took a half hour, but we're finally in game. By the way, this is just the entryway. Wait till you see the bathrooms.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Okay, based on this dialogue box, we'll go in like old school. That's good. Hmm. And this is what do I want to say? Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me?
My apologies. I did not seek you out to pester you with unwanted attention. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Voigtveer bows his head and focuses his attention on you. I'm not sure I like that. Highlighted words can help you better understand the game, the world of the game or its mechanics. Press triangle to switch description. Subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title. Oh. Rogue Trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. Oh, okay. Lieutenant General Triage Scipio Grimald. that isn't that is a name. Commander of the 8th Army of the Scantian Janissaries. I forgot Janissary was an actual word. No, seriously, look up Janissary. It's amazing. I came across the word by complete accident years ago.
My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander.
Voigtveer smiles faintly, but you are not sure it is directed at you.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrat von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Powers unseen, uncover my path.
Follow Kunrad. Kunrad? Interact with objects. Oh. Oh, I can bring up the cursor? Oh, that's actually kind of helpful. Not too many games on PlayStation do that. Or on consoles, at least. As of conference table, obviously crafted from real wood, resource of incredible value aboard.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Can't see all of that, so. Technomat. They mentioned the machine spirits, so I'm guessing there are servitors here. Oh, Hugo Girl, if you want to know what servitors are, look it up. Please don't look it up. You will never be able to unsee it.
Intriguing.
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Oh, there's the servitors.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
I am the harbinger of discord.
Survive the grim darkness of the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. These sensitive tutorials will familiarize you with the combat system of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Oh. Okay, turn-based and take place on a grid. On the turn, a character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select a cell within the highlighted area. Press X twice to move the character there. Okay, we have movement points. That makes sense. So enough how I can move on. That actually makes sense. One MP corresponds to one cell. Makes perfect sense. Note that when the character starts moving, its action can no longer be cancelled. Okay, I have 6 movements, so... Okay, how do I attack? Oh, I see. Oh. Okay. Wait, maybe? I don't know. Ah. Wait, what the hell? Again, I don't know.
I will triumph.
Okay, I did that, but now what? It did not give me any.
Death to the heretics!
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Okay, attack denial. Let's see. Characters with melee weapons, block addition, enemy abilities to perform attacks with ranged weapons. Pistols and shotguns are an exception to this rule. Those can be fired at point blank range. You know, that makes sense.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
The Master of Whispers gives you a cursed bow.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Okay. Ah, found him.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad? While you are considering your answer, Edelthrad, I wish to speak with someone else. Perhaps I shall hear something more interesting than incoherent mumbling. Approach.
What is this? Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversations in such a fashion?
I give that permission to those with something of substance to say. Let us see if it was worth it. This is the second candidate for the title of my successor. Step forward. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
Okay, passive skill test. Retention skills affect the knowledge. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. If the test succeeds, new information will be revealed or a hidden dialogue option will unlock. If your character is traveling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skills. Oh, so having party members actually affects that? Oh, damn. Hold on, having some... having some technical difficulties with my phone. Oh, come on. Anyways, okay, close. Ion 6 must be purged for the good of the Imperium. I shall exterminate the heretical beliefs and otherworldly powers that rule the native apostates.
Another one. I suppose your answer is strictly correct. But not here. Not on the frontier. Not when we are playing for such high stakes.
Not yet.
Lady Theodora, your disappointment puzzles me. I gave you the same answer from the off, albeit in a more complete and compelling form. The God Emperor's tenets.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here? You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, Surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
I march for power.
Your Emperor won't save you! Emperor, protect me!
A tactically sound approach.
One fewer target. Stay vigilant. Die!
I've suffered worse.
Ruin. Out of my way! Chaos guides me! Death to the weak!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took care of this one.
My faith strengthens me. For the glory of the Imperium! I need no guidance. Death to non-believers!
Don't touch me! For the Imperium!
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Okay.
The world will bow.
Can I not loot? Oh, that sucks. Wait, where am I? Okay.
Powers unseen uncover my path.
Supposed to go in here? No. Okay, maybe it's this direction. What's
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
a mutiny against the Emperor's anointed? Execute the traitors, every last one of them.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the Navigator's Sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psyker powers.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
Oh, Edelthrad's responding. I cannot promise that I won't lose our dearest heir somewhere along the way.
Kunrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible. Mort!
All
Are you
right.
ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk.
I see you have quickly earned Lady Theodora's trust, if she is already sharing her closely guarded secrets with you. But that is no longer relevant. what?
Something hits you hard with a sharp crackle, and you are consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. Oh, God! Well, that explains that. That certainly explains how the heretics managed to take over the ship so quickly. Ow. Oh, did you have to kick me?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Voitver, you two-faced scum! You are the one behind this mayhem!
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warrant Chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, fond Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy, you sordid, wretched piece of grok shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind. Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Von Valancius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
The blade flashes in the dim light and drops blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning. And then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Get out! I am not your puppet! No, wait. Wait, this I will do as you require, but I will find a way to make you pay for this, you filth.
I doubt it, my dear. But that's enough talk. Fulfill your destiny.
Skill test and dialogue. Okay, what? might change the course of the conversation of the statue to performance and perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. In the gateway arc, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighten up with two ember-like rises. You carefully inspect the design of the cogitator. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect it might be some kind of archaeotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insistent, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Voight-Ver wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. The sentinel's jaws clamp around your hands, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. The cogitator, several long minutes pass. The sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Why, yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
There is still another way.
I tread a path unexplored.
I was not expecting this. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, to pain, to greatness.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
I need a weapon. I am utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The servo skull goes silent. It relays clicking second after second passes, and you realize the servo skull will not answer you. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by.
Huh. Are you the Warren Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the Warren chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Embrace true power.
Can't have somebody stealing the wallpaper now, can we?
Run, fools, or fall!
Hey, Abelard.
Master! Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Kunrad Voicebearer is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
So it would seem, but he is not here, and we have a mutiny to end.
Indeed. Indeed. That is easier said than done, of course. But seeing one of Lady Theodora's heirs alive inspires at least some degree of optimism. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Suffered an injury after being attacked by Kunrad. This happens when the character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds as one round. Note that when a character loses all of the wounds, they fall unconscious.
Fate beckons.
I'm at your service. Your seneschal
The
is always
world
there.
trembles beneath
We are the
my
spearhead
feet.
of the Imperium.
Look no further. Let's patch you up.
I'll remember this.
Your seneschal is...
My ascension has only just begun.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the wall and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
I heard one of Theodora's voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warrant Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warrant Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
The Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward.
Surrender to the dark power, chaos!
Oh, great.
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Tactical phase, huh?
One fewer target.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Taught you to fight like this!
That was a burst attack, okay.
Chaos guides me! Ah! Out of my way! Ah! Chaos guides me!
I'm not interested. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Reduced to dust!
Purpose gone.
Trophies on the side of the trophies on the rest aid of the trophy window. Go to your inventory. Ooh. That's much better.
My aspirations transcend humanity.
Okay, okay. Okay. Chainsword is better for him.
Intriguing.
Okay.
I hear it. Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. to die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper. Its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium. But it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
We must save the Navigator as well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Party controls. Okay. Idira has joined my party.
The world will bow. There is a...
What advice do you...
Fate beckons me. Let us savor the coming storm.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Idira is a psyker and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and her psychic abilities allow her to deal damage to them. Analysis and analyze enemies is absolutely supposed to exploit effect to all enemies within the operative's line of sight. Each of the operative's turns. You can also use this ability against a specific enemy to inflict several stacks of this effect.
Was that you? Or... anything else?
Oh. Okay, Issa took damage from that. Gotta keep that in mind.
Blood-soaked tribute.
My place is at the fore. It will be done. I took care of this one.
Your efforts amuse me.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Death shall reign.
Okay. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment, like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs. They have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
What is wrong with him?
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Our time is short. Our time is short to do what?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Oh.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Idira's scream is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of corruption.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is purplish swelling around the eye.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespaidas, good luck. And thank you.
The navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the Vox at the base of the chair is bellowing out static, interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter.
Let's seize the opportunity. Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy. I tread a path unexplored.
As good as ours. It's all over for you.
Maybe for you.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Found a battle, sister.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment it seems she is not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Triage von Valentius, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the arch-enemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Ah, the arch-enemy is Chaos.
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
The Seneschal is right. There is no time for talk.
Very well. We may leave it at that. For now. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship? Your orders serve the Ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
We must get to the main hall of the deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
For those of you who may not be aware, the battle sisters are essentially the women's the female version of Space Marines.
My ascension has
Oh, she joins my
only
party.
just begun.
Nice.
Look now.
Yes, the Emperor said
Your fate beckons me. Powers unseen uncover my path.
Ooh. I've received a new, more efficient weapon for my character. Yeah, I've already figured this out. Nice.
Embrace
More
true
enemies
power.
to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
Your Emperor won't save you.
Cover me! Ah!
But of course, what an unfortunate turn of fate.
Oh dear! Okay.
I am your doom.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I bring ruin.
At your beck and one fewer target.
Oh, more. Okay.
Death to the weak. Death to non-believers.
Eradicated. I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Jesus! And a crit to boot? Okay, I figured that.
Descend upon the weak. I will a blood-soaked tribute. I serve the ruinous powers.
They who discern the future own the battlefield. On it. Farewell.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
Chaos guides me.
as the Emperor commands eradicated. This is unacceptable. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Purpose, what a satisfying demise. Intriguing.
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Let's seize the opportunity. I see the forbidden.
A D100 system.
I tread a path unexplored.
Okay, if I could just move for like 5 seconds so I could...
Ruinous favor prevails.
Hey, what do you know? Melter charges!
The world will bow.
Nothing escapes my sight. Duty prevails.
I have to wait for the animation to finish. Oh, okay.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy. Embrace true power.
Universal lockpicking tool. I'll take that.
There is a fervor in my soul. Triumphant, as always. The world trembles beneath my feet.
Oh yeah, so walking through fire, yeah, that's normal. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke to cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire toward you. It is Theodora von Valencius.
Are you lost, my heir?
An apparition. A sorceress. Apparition. Trickery of the warp.
Sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous.
This is impossible.
I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible. For your worldview is but an iota of what a rogue trader knows and sees. But I can tell that you would like me to share that knowledge with you. That power over reality. I can lead you out of these flames, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide.
Your mouth begins to salivate. Why is my mouth salivated? Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and that answer to be nothing other than acceptance.
Do not listen to this abomination. If there is naught but his light in your heart, if you are resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises. Nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul.
To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace.
The people! The survivors from the middle decks! We must help the crew! Lead them out! Find a way around.
Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. What are we waiting for?
Sometimes your character will have to make tough decisions based on their values, interests, and goals. Such decisions offer conviction, effective convictions. See dogmatic, iconoclast, heretical. The higher the rank, the more zealously the character follows the convictions, and the more noticeably the world around them reacts to the actions and decisions. Promotion through the ranks of each of the three directions opens up access to new dialogue lines, events, unique abilities, and also changes the attitude of others towards your character. The attitude of others towards your character. Take my pain away and give me power. You offer Theodora your hand, and the air around you seems to tighten, becoming thick and viscous, enveloping you and your companions in an impenetrable veil. Theodora smiles at you. Her radiant, piercing blue eyes suddenly remind you of Voitvers.
I will show you the way. Go on. Close your eyes.
Where the bloody...
Powers on...
What? What is this place?
Corrupted Inferno Pistol. Ooh.
I don't know, Abelard. Maybe some kind of secret passage. And what are those crates?
Okay, let's see if we can't find Theodora.
Let's seize the opportunity.
She's dead, isn't she? Yeah, that figures. That figures.
My ascension has only just begun.
She can wear this. Theodora von Valencius's body is sprawled on the large blood-drenched desk. The Arch-Militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
Most would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth. So if you have questions, I'm not going to answer, honestly.
Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain. Who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the rogue trader's life was an auto-pistol shot. An extraordinarily accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can ascertain. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in protheum. Broad term used for combustible fuel. Okay. Report, accounts, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC and a seal with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Ooh, and sends a shiver down your spine. The author of the letter, addressed to Theodora von Valancius, signed it with the seal of one of the holy ordos of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, Xenos, and other enemies of humanity. Idira, why would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
Fair enough. Let's examine the Arch-Militant's body. An auto-pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around its blood, brain, matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the Arch-Militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Idira, what did these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces, drawing closer. Lady Theodora, and Conrad, and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
We had best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
Intriguing.
Well, dibs on her pistol. What's this? I'll just take that.
I am the harbinger of discord.
The Masters demand your death!
That's what's available to you at the moment.
It will be done. One fewer target.
Okay, that was a waste.
One step.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it. Rejoice in battle!
What is this foreboding? Will do. Be gone!
Brace yourself, Abelard.
My way!
Victory is imminent. I took care of this one.
Blood-soaked tribute.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
Ooh. Thanks again. First attack made by every enemy in this combat. Okay, you need to choose a town that is difficult. Okay. Okay. That could be useful. That looks like it could be good. That could be very useful for her. I'm making guesses here because I don't know.
Embrace true power.
What's this? Grace of the Oblivious. I'll just take everything, because you never know. Okay,
I tread a path unexplored.
That wasn't so difficult.
oh,
Sacrifice.
voice burr.
The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Edelthrod?
Traitor, Right when we needed all forces to deliver a decisive blow, you stepped aside. Do not even try to claim that my Vox casts did not reach you. I sense the mark of the warp on you. An echo of the powers that are ravaging this ship. What is it? The aftermath of the terrors that you had to face? Or an admission of guilt?
I choose my allies well.
Shameless filth! How dare!
Let us leave this conversation for another time. Master Edelthrad, it is with great sorrow that I inform you that Lady Theodora von Valancius is dead.
What? You? This is your doing.
Master Edelthrad, no! We have remained in each other's sight ever since we broke free from Kunrad's schemes. The Lord Captain was killed by another's hand, and by the Golden Throne. I can surmise whose hand it was.
Okay, it's evident an artifact that consists of the God Emperor's physical remains and entire and possessing these insane. Okay, that's what I thought.
No matter what ritual Kunrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. The warp is ringing in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the Warrant and all the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed.
I've seen it before. We'd better get away from him. The changes are already accelerating.
Perhaps the warp does not have to be the end.
Enough talking rubbish. The navigator's alive and ready to take the ship out of the warp, if he gets some help from the bridge.
Then we have no right to bow our heads.
You can see Kunrad voice very clearly in the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade he is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them.
We are out of time.
Edelthrad bites his knuckles. His knuckle desperately thicken. You see a wave ripple across the whites of Edelthrad's eyes, and they begin to turn a sickly yellow. Ready your weapons if we are to die this day. Let us die with honor.
I will not die quietly alongside one who is a traitor to his blood. If my last service to the Imperium is to rip out the throat of an enemy of humanity, then such is the God Emperor's will! Accursed traitor! A time will come when you will bleed for her ladyship Theodora's murder! Remember my words, for they are the vow of he who marches toward his death!
What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't.
Oh, so who did it then if it wasn't you?
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
Edelthrad, I don't think you should get too close. There's a circle on the floor that is going to trigger. Oh, well, yeah, no, that's nice. No, that's lovely.
Your doom has been foretold.
All of you will bleed!
Wait, no, wrong button.
Purpose, what a satisfying demise. I need no guidance.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak. Strike is a prayer.
Chaos guides me. I shall repay your strike, shall I?
At your beck and call.
I know what is to come. Was that you? Or...
I won't waste my time on that. Ruin beckons. I will triumph. Death to the weak!
Just a minor setback. A tactically sound approach. Someone else can do this. Indeed. One fewer tongue. It will be done.
Anything is?
I serve the ruinous power.
Purpose guides me. Amidst the carnage, I find purpose. I will triumph.
Pain cleanses the body.
Purpose guides me. Ruin beckons.
Ministration is a holy task.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I will endure.
Why did I not foresee this? Will do. There is movement in the Empyrean. Anything else?
Such is the will of chaos.
Purpose leads me.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Follow my lead. Victory is imminent. I will do my...
Okay. That was close. Do not like how Argento was.
The world will bow.
We are the spear.
There is a fervor in my soul.
Okay, this is for, and this would be good for some people.
The heir is dead. He's sacrificed.
Rivor, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal. Living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Okay, hold on. Dealing with. Hold on a moment. We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator's Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the war. Your words seem to knock the officers out of the stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear some sobbing. One of the survivors buckling in distress. Abelard cuts the crying officer without even looking.
Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
What must I do?
Take the Lord Captain's seat. Order the final preparations. Wait for the officers to report and... blast it all to the void! Translation is a craft, not something to be explained in a tick. Just go up to the throne, Master. These people are about to do the impossible. The least they deserve is the solace of seeing a figure sitting in the usual spot. Please, hurry. Every second we waste is a terrible risk.
How did you people survive in here?
Must have been Providence. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the ones with the Master of Whispers, some officers charged them, but it wasn't even a fight. I grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the cogitators. Then, I prayed for our rescue.
I am ready. Begin the ritual. The image before you was hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing, while still remaining the same. It is taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes revealed the entity's true, surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in an otherworldly fire, the other, a vessel of ancient evil, pours into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the war.
Did you stand in the path of another's destiny only to steal it? You accepted the call of the primordial truth and claimed that fate as your own. So be it. I wove the threads of destiny and held out my hand to you when the flame arose in your path. You took it, and in doing so, sealed your fate. In the future, you will repay me for this boon in full.
It resonates and merges with the voices that have already dug the foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. You're to blame for Theodora's death.
I am the beginning and the end, and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Seneschal, the Navigator's sanctum is silent. The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Seneschal, will you tell us now? Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
The Lord Captain is dead. I'm the Lord Captain. No, wait. Look at me. I am the Lord Captain now.
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you, with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow, that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
I've actually seen a clip of what happens if you just try to, I don't wanna. I've seen the clip. It literally just ends. The game will just end with them dumping you on the nearest planet. The game just ends. It's hilarious. I'm not gonna do that, but the fact that they give you that option is amazing.
it is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained. For the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived. At the cost of many sacrifices made by the Lord Captain in the name of his own ambitions.
I think this game has like 5 chapters or something, but it's massive. What is this? Open the cargo management screen to learn more about the cargo on your flagship, the amount, type, the amount, types, percentage of cargo being filled up. Cargo type, you can see the details about yada yada. You cannot help but notice that the Seneschal does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk on your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy's deputy, while others go unfulfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the lead of this cruise. If he succeeded in tracking down Voidfair. Abelard grits his teeth. No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. Our people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But, frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I am afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all that he has wrought. What is on the agenda for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I am still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in. So prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honor of beholding the visage of the Lord Captain. I am ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. The gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pairs of eyes borne to you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers! You have been granted an honor. Lord Captain Triage von Valentius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your lordship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Are we sure she's not a Borg? She's not one of the Borg from Star Trek? Victus Suri Ota of the Ptoleman line, our new Voxmaster. Bruh, that is a Borg. It is an honor to serve your lordship, the Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes, and a downward expression that seems hardwired into his face gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our high factotum generous Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. He looks like a One Piece character. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavy-set man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. Okay, hold on. I gotta look. Okay, I gotta see that word. Got my dictionary with me, so... obsequious. Okay. Oh. Sure, I'm spelling that right. Much too willing to serve or obey, overly submissive, compliant, etc. Okay, so... Okay. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. the Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Drive Master, servant of the Omnissiah, supernatural entity, god of all knowledge, worshipped by Adeptus Mechanicus. The three officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master offers a salute resembling a dance, following the complicated manipulation of all the tech priests' mechadendrites. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The engineers sound more or less. The ships sound more or less, but without our engines here, Prime and Navigator, who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what'll happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melted into the bulkheads. Your lordship, if you will allow me to interject. When we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming in as long as the promethium and supplies last. And if any thick-as-grok-shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Hi, Factotum. What have you to report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykard Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caligo's Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governor on his planet, rumbles Abelard, frowning. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, Lord Captain. Now that is a picture. Yes, Lord Captain. The tall man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, has been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. Abelard remarks in a low voice pitched for yours only. The lad is meaning well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Drive Master, I will hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Vox translator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my change is unharmed, thanks to Omnissiah. But its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engineer Prime, Overseer and Spiritual Authority of all tech priests on board, fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. Would someone care to translate the esteemed Drive Master's words? The ship's most senior tech priest, most senior both in rank and in experience, is dead. If we do not find a replacement, we will be unable to resolve the problems with the warp engine, answers the Vox Master instantly without even thinking. This is not the first time she has acted as an interpreter between the ship's various inhabitants. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? The Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal on fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself! So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. The ship's in ruins, every second officer is dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to Void knows where. Silence! The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforce us! Seize this mutineer! That works. Abelard grunts. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all, your lordship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say, besides find a replacement, that is, but we already have one lined up. Experienced Masters of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason, he may remain in post. I leave his punishment at your discretion, Abelard. 20 lashes a month for the next 6 months. Deprivation of officers' rations and privileges for the same period, with the option to extend. Record that in his file. Abelard stares unblinkingly at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough! The hysterics are over. Let us resume. BRB for a quick moment? Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. Oh, they only broke his nose. Hi, to summarize, Voiceverse stabbed me with something. I'm hearing voices in my head. Theodora is dead. Edelthrad, the only other heir, and it has stepped into a magic circle Voiceverse was using to summon a demon from the bowels of hell itself. So Edelthrad is now dead. Killed the demon, and now I am the rogue trader. Oh, also, I'm going to be listening to the voices in my head. After all, disembodied voices that come from swords are totally not suspicious. His face is the picture of shock. What just happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. Oh, my buddy, you don't understand. The moment we find somebody better than you, you're dead. I will execute you myself. To summarize, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engineer prime and navigator. Is this all that has prevented us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector, but we will never reach Footfall without first solving these three immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I cede to the Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Tolman? Oh, by the way, check out the Voxmaster. Tell me she doesn't look like a Borg from Star Trek. Tell me that that is not a Borg from Star Trek.
Very Borg must assimilate.
Yeah, I just see. I'm just like, well, she sounds like a Borg. I see the picture. She is a Borg. We are in the Reichert star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your lordship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Reichert Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. What were augurs again? Sensor technology that allows voices to scan planets, spot enemies. Okay. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what in the void is going on. Oh, apparently you can romance characters in this game. Wait, can I romance the battle sister? Hold on, let me look that up. I swear, it's not because she's a danger waifu. I swear. The fuck you mean I can't romance Argenta? Man. I mean, okay, that makes sense. They are yandere for the God Emperor. Just wipe the sweat from my brow.
Now, says the one with a thing for yanderes.
You listen. Okay, listen. Listen here, you little shits. You listen here. But man, I can't romance the battle sister. That I know it makes sense, but thank you all for your reports. Dismissed. The assembled officers salute you as one. Your Lordship, there's one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, Abelard hesitates, your eternally esteemed predecessor, brought the ship here to this system.
Be jealous and murderous.
I mean...
And, ladies and gents, the silence speaks volumes.
To be fair, you know Kasai would probably fit in this universe since damn near everyone is a murderous psychopath. Since everyone is a murderous psychopath in this universe. Anyway, she was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything? And I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief architect of his will in the Coronus Expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You're referring to the contents of that note, I presume. You are quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Henrix von Calix, an interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Reichard Minors, may know something. That is all, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste. But it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencia's protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Sister of Battle grins loudly towards Idira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. And there she is, Sister Argenta. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word burst from her lips. Daybreak. Idira, come to your senses. Damn it! Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard my head is still spinning. Something very strange is headed our way. I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Class? No. Not yet, anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make sense of any of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report. I'll report it, alright? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psycho's bitten lips stretched into a wry smile. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It is time to get to work. Oh wow, I can get I can do a companion quest right off the bat. That is actually pretty nice. All of that bullshit was just the prologue, by the way. Okay. Hold on, which one? Okay. Okay. First, I think we should concentrate on getting the ship to, you know, not fall to pieces. So, let's look for a navigator.
Rogue trader.
Tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
Okay, just so you girl can get to know this, the Adepta Sororitas, or Battle Sisters, and the Space Marines are considered children of the Emperor, although the Space Marines use the Emperor's actual DNA. I forget what they do for the Battle Sisters. But yeah, they basically execute the Emperor's will, and they are very effective. Okay, we're in the star system. Events of Warhammer from take place in a vast space known as Corona's Expanse. Takes up the star system, which you will sense of the star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest, makes you shift to a point of interest. Okay, Iraq 7. Iraq 5, not 7. What am I, nuts? Lord Captain, reporting the heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence. Perhaps due to Iraq 5 being off limits to visitors, we intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps this esteemed Navis Nobilite house requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Order the Argo crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static in Vigdis' measured voice. The officers from the Argo crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered, and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators' heralds ignoring us? Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Oh, I can have 6 party members. And a dead body, because there's... Why am I even surprised? This is Warhammer. If there aren't dead bodies, something is very wrong.
Worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face. And not just his own blood. 2 jet black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move. And the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Keep talking to me this way, and I will make you swallow your own tongue. You still dare insult me? The navigator raises his arms, preparing to open his third eye, but suddenly stops. Ah, but I do recognize this coat of arms. You are from the von Valentius dynasty. This explains a lot, more than you think. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this station. So, you did not come to offer support to the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urak 5 is a holy sanctum for House Ostelio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. What is happening on this station? Where did all these corpses come from? Betrayal, a most banal thing in the life of the Nobilite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend Theobald Ostelio, the second keeper of Urek 5, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum, I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments and then furiously slams the end of his staff into the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her, or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet... Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet, Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Ostelio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priest ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is upon us now. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence, and the secret mechanism will do the rest. I guess that makes sense. So, what have you decided, descendant of the von Valentius line? I will rescue your mistress, but in return I require that House Ostelio sign a contract with my protectorate. Felix's reply sounds curt and tired. So be it. Hurry, the mistress's safety is all that matters. But should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Okay, save. Okay, so that's going to be all for now. I will leave this here, and I will see you all next time.